So I'm Dr. Robert Platt. I'm an architect and I'm an urban planner, and I'm the Vice President for Visitor Experience for Expo 2020. Timber is a very sustainable material. It's a wonderful material. It's incredibly durable. It's a warm material. This is a much nicer thing to sit on than a piece of concrete. You can manipulate it in many different ways. If you look at the Swedish pavilion, they've created a forest.
The Swedish pavilion at Expo 2020 is a unique building because it's unique in its construction, the choice of materials, the choice of engineering solutions. What makes it unique is that it's directly wood on sand.
This unique construction in the whole Middle East is built only by timber. This is to showcase that it's really possible to build sustainable with wood in the desert in Dubai.
So Malaysia Pavilion, for the first time, is delivering a net zero carbon pavilion. So what you're seeing here right now is the concept and design of our rainforest canopy. So walking right here, this is our signature Meranti. If you were to look this way, you can see that it has been beautifully put together, about 10,000 meters. That is how long the Meranti fins are. The Meranti fin is a living material, and of course we chose this is also to coincide with our energizing sustainability theme.
They are very sensitive to safety. Safety is paramount to the Dubai authorities, which is absolutely understandable, and we wanted to work with them on that as well. So we had to first of all explain what we were trying to do. But of course, as you speak of the desert environment, you have indeed regular sandstorms coming in, which means that the wood is going to be affected by it. It did receive a special coating prior to installation. The wood would probably need to be retreated from time to time. But then you need to do that with almost any building. You need to maintain your building wherever you construct it and whichever material you use. There is always going to be some sort of maintenance needed to be done.
The Polish pavilion is very narrow on the bottom, and then it expands as we go through the higher floors, which resembles a tree. The facade is made out of wood. We have brought in real plants and piece of forest to Dubai. So this gives the first impression about the nature of Poland.
Azerbaijan is located in the sustainability district. Our pavilion is mainly tree and the leaves. Tree is known as the symbol of life, and from the bottom side you can see the roots of the tree. We have used wood, which is a sustainable material, and also the bridge made out of wood.
The Oman Pavilion draws its inspiration from the beautiful nature of our country, and the pavilion itself got its source of inspiration from the frankincense tree. When you look at the ceiling or the facade of the building, we have wooden fins. They're 100% sustainable, and they come from a harvested alpine forest. Where the wood is harvested, that's when they use the wood.
The architecture is using natural materials, natural shapes, And in the name of sustainability, we did it in a way that we reduced 80% of water usage during construction of our pavilion. So we used a dry construction methodology basically, which is very unique in this GCC region. So this is the only building and structure which has a foundation as well as the holding structure, only timber.
You maybe noticed we constructed our pavilions using a lot of wood, and we have a lot of these materials and very high quality materials, wooden materials, and I think it's very expensive. It's still very sustainable material for construction, not for houses in the past, but in nowadays life, in modern life. It is very good to live in such houses. It is very good to showcase your country in such a building, which is based on sustainability and on wood.
So all this wood that you see here is from Baden-Württemberg. It's sustainably farmed and it grows very, very fast. In just 138 seconds, all of this wood grows. And in Germany, it's very common in Baden-Württemberg to build with wood. This actually has an additional fire coating that was very, very difficult to get. And here stuck together perfectly because we use parametric planning. This was built like this in just 6 weeks when it came here.
%70 of Finland is covered by wood. Finnish pavilion without wood wouldn't be possible. The wood is, of course, flexible material that lives with the temperature and with the moisture. So that gives you certain challenges in construction. When you look at the gorge wall, it's not a flat wood, but it's strips of wood. And that allows the wood to expand and contract with the heat and moisture. And that way we can manage to make an even surface all the way through this very complex structure of the gorge.
I think wood already is a prime building material, but I think its importance will grow. And its importance will grow not only from housing, but now to having mass timber in apartment buildings, in office buildings, in warehouses. And this is a way the construction industry can change its carbon diet by introducing more timber to offset the carbon that is needed in the concrete and steel. Timber's actually perfectly suited to them because they will just naturally take that up. The other good part is that when humidity increases in Dubai and decreases, the timber hydroscopically acts almost like a thermal conductor, so it actually moderates the temperature and the humidity in the room.
To be honest, the climate in Dubai is very good for timber, because what you want to have is not too dry and not too wet, and the temperature is not that important.
And timber as a building material, I think I'd like to see more of it, quite honestly, here. I mean, the US, Europe, where they use it, timber frame housing, Japan as well. Timber frame housing is there because there's an abundance of that material. But most materials you've got to create in one form or another, and A lot of logistics is about moving raw materials from one place to another. So I don't think the fact that we're in a desert environment needs to preclude us from using a material that is available.